Hi there, it's Troy. Today I want to discuss how Heath Ledger's Joker acting technique can revolutionise your social presence, and how using the same tools as method actors can help you recalibrate your personality and become more successful interacting with others. But before I get into that topic, just a few brief announcements. First, you might have heard that the Rule Zero crew are running a special all-day live event in Las Vegas on April the 18th, 2020. There are only 100 tickets available for this hotly anticipated event, and they'll sell out very soon. So, if you're interested in attending, then go to the link in the description beneath this video. In addition, John of Modern Life Dating and I will be running an exclusive 5-day residential event to coincide with the live event from the 17th to the 21st of April. This will include additional seminars, workshops and activities. Plus, you get to live and hang out with John and I in a luxurious villa just off the strip. If that's of interest, then get in touch. But be quick, as we only have 10 spots available and they will go very quickly indeed. To reserve your spot, drop me an email at troy@realtroyfrancis.com. My email address is in the bio below. Also, as always, if you want to read my collected writings on dating, sex and the sexual marketplace, then I urge you to grab a copy of my bundle of best-selling books entitled Renegade Dating Blueprint. The bundle contains 11 of my best books and is currently priced at just $39. Given that the full value is over $250, this is an amazing deal. So what are you waiting for? Click the link below. In addition, please take a moment to sign up for my daily email list. I send out a free article every day from Monday to Friday during the week on topics related to dating, sex and charisma. In addition, if I were to get deplatformed from every single social media channel there is, then it's still a means by which you can get my content. So join the inner circle today, the link is below. And finally, please give this video a like and then hit subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the latest content I'm uploading to this channel. Anyway, back to today's topic. I recently read about the fascinating process through which the now deceased actor Heath Ledger prepared himself for his iconic role as the Joker in the 2008 superhero thriller The Dark Knight. Having studied acting and theatre myself, I have always found the techniques employed by actors to be fascinating and have often utilised them myself in improving my social presence and dating life. According to one source, when asked about his preparation process and how he got into the character for his role in The Dark Knight, Heath himself said that he locked himself away in his London hotel room for around a month, writing a character diary and constantly experimenting with different voices. Now, we all know that Ledger sadly committed suicide a few months after filming for The Dark Knight had been completed. And while some have blamed his immersion in the role as a contributing factor, we can never know all the factors involved. But in spite of that tragic development, Ledger's decision to entirely immerse himself in the character he was working on, to the exclusion of even socialising with others, is fascinating and immediately piqued my attention. For one thing, I have always loved the anonymity of hotels, where once you've checked in, you're pretty much left to do as you wish, but with everything you want on hand via a quick telephone call to room service. As someone who has travelled solo extensively, I've stayed in many hotels on my own, and I've usually found the experience to be both restorative and amenable to contemplation. So I can completely understand why Ledger chose to locate himself in a hotel for this transformation. When you're working on an inside-out psychological change, then your own home, or really anywhere familiar, is not appropriate. You can only imagine how all of Ledger's possessions would remind him of his true self and thus get in the way of his becoming someone else. Isolation too seems to have been central to Ledger's method. I'm assuming he was alone in the hotel. This would make sense, and I haven't seen anything to suggest otherwise. Again, if you want to effect large-scale personal change, you need to disassociate yourself, albeit temporarily, from those others who are apt to bring you back down to earth, reminding you who you really are. Still more fascinating is Ledger's actual method, described here as keeping a journal and experimenting with different voices. I suspect that he also tried out different physical manifestations of the Joker too, as he used the private space he'd secured for himself to really get under the skin of the new character. All of which leads me to the central proposition of this video, namely that if Heath Ledger can do this for a movie role and create an Oscar-winning performance, then why can't you do it to create an entirely new character for yourself to portray socially? In other words, if you are normally a somewhat self-effacing and diffident nice guy, could you use this Ledger method acting technique in order to create your alter ego as a dashing and mysterious international playboy, or as a powerful and dominant man, or as whatever else you would like to become? My answer is yes. And this is definitely something I'll be expanding on in further videos, as well as in my forthcoming Charisma and Dating Academy course. For now though, I want to highlight an idea by Samuel Camper, a PhD candidate in philosophy at Fordham University, New York, who writes about the possible world box in regard to Heath Ledger. I recently extended this model by looking at situations where character immersion comes into play. When you're fully immersed in a character, you cognitively attend exclusively to statements your character would endorse. Your attention is fixed exclusively on your possible world box, and your possible world box contains only the beliefs and desires of your character. For example, if and when Ledger was fully immersed in the character of the Joker, he consciously thought things such as chaos is beautiful, or chance alone is fair, and he did not consciously think, I am Heath Ledger, or I am acting on a soundstage. In other words, Ledger attended only to his possible world box, paying no attention to his belief and desire boxes. So, when creating a character of your ideal self, you needn't get worried about losing yourself in your imagination and going insane. Instead, what you must do is create a possible world box that contains all the beliefs and desires of your ideal self and only attend to that. For example, your personal world box might contain the idea that I am irresistible to the opposite sex. And while in reality your personal belief box might contain the notion that some women don't find me cute, while you're in the new character, you will disregard this entirely, because your new ideal character has no use or time for such thinking. If you want to use this method to re-engineer or recalibrate your character to become, say, more of a sexy rake type individual, then you should take yourself away from others for a little while. Okay, a month in a hotel might be a bit much, but a shorter amount of time away from the normal comforts of home is desirable. There, you should use journaling as a tool to work out just what's in the possible world box for this new character that you're creating for yourself. And that done, you should then set about working out how a person with these values and beliefs that you want would express themselves in public, right down to things like their stance, their gait, their facial expression, and so on. And then you must practice embodying this. It might sound a little off the wall, but research has shown that even by thinking about their roles, the manner in which actors behave in the real world offset afterwards changes for a considerable length of time. So this kind of preparation work is surprisingly powerful. And if you explore it in relation to your social presence and your dating skills, then you will definitely begin to see the benefits. Anyway, that's it for today. As I said earlier, you can get all my books on dating, dynamics, in my Renegade Dating Blueprint bundle for just $39 on the link below. Also, remember to sign up for my email list. The link is below in the description. And hit subscribe and notifications for this channel to keep up to date with all my latest video content. And do hit the links below, either for Rule Zero live tickets or to express interest in the 5-day residential event with John MLD on the 17th to the 21st of April.